especially from their leadership. And they want to be a validated tour with world ranking points, and they're buying up tours around the world. And I don't know what their end game is. It might be just being an official member of the golf ecosystem and being recognized with world ranking points. I think that's where their intended goal is. I don't know. You know, they've spent probably close to $2 billion this year. Who's to say they can't spend $4 or $5 billion next year? You know, we just don't know. It's an endless pit of money, but that doesn't necessarily create legacies either. You want to compare yourself to Hogan, you want to compare yourself to Snead, you want to compare yourself to Nicklaus. You can't do that over there, which you can on this tour.
So there you go. John Rahm acknowledged it. Tiger Woods said it. And yet, when it came right down to it, he put the Letterman jacket on and did the media tour, and away he went. Apparently his lifestyle did change. So it's just interesting. We haven't, you know, what's Rahm done in the majors since going to LIV? Because we've seen him on LIV, he's won on LIV, but what has he done in his chances to play in the major championship since that time?
So since 2023, okay, won the Masters, got his second major.
On LIV, he's won on LIV.
Also that year, he had a tied for 10th and a tied for second at the U.S. Open and the Open Championship. Then in 2024, after his announcement, tied for 45th at the Masters in his defense. He was cut at the PGA, didn't play the U.S. Open, and he was tied for 7th at the Open Championship. So, and then in 2025, tied for 14th in the Masters, tied for 8th in the PGA, tied for 7th at the U.S. Open, and
which can on this tour
4th at the Open Championship. So he's had 3 top 10s out of 7 starts.
But he put the Letterman jacket on and did the media tour, and away he went. Apparently his lifestyle did change. So it's just interesting. We haven't, you know, what's Rahm done in the majors since going to LIV? Because we've seen him on LIV, he's won on LIV, but what has he done in his chances to play in the major championship since that time?
So since 2023, okay, of course, that's when he won the Masters, got his second major.
On LIV, he's won on LIV.
Also that year, he had a tied for 10th and a tied for second at the U.S. Open and the Open Championship. Then in 2024, after his announcement, tied for 45th at the Masters in his defense. He was cut at the PGA, didn't play the U.S. Open, and he was tied for 7th at the Open Championship. So, and then in 2025, tied for 14th in the Masters, tied for 8th in the PGA, tied for 7th at the U.S. Open, and
which can on this tour
4th at the Open Championship. So he's had 3 top 10s out of 7 starts.
But he put the Letterman jacket on and did the media tour, and away he went. Apparently his lifestyle did change. So it's just interesting. We haven't, you know, what's Rahm done in the majors since going to LIV? Because we've seen him on LIV, he's won on LIV, but what has he done in his chances to play in the major championship since that time?
So since 2023, okay, of course, that's when he won the Masters, got his second major.
On LIV, he's won on LIV.
Also that year, he had a tied for 10th and a tied for second at the U.S. Open and the Open Championship. Then in 2024, after his announcement, tied for 45th at the Masters in his defense. He was cut at the PGA, didn't play the U.S. Open, and he was tied for 7th at the Open Championship. So, and then in 2025, tied for 14th in the Masters, tied for 8th in the PGA, tied for 7th at the U.S. Open,
which can on this tour
4th at the Open Championship. So he's had 3 top 10s out of 7 starts.
But he put the Letterman jacket on and did the media, and away he went. Apparently his lifestyle did change. So it's just interesting. We haven't, you know, what's Rahm done in the majors since going to LIV? Because we've seen him on LIV, he's won on
30 DraftKings points, but again, the workload was still there. 78% of snaps, 78% carries, a 12% target share, and 82% of backfield expected fantasy points. That's a fantastic workload, and you know, at 6,800, he's obviously underpriced relative to the 21.4 expected fantasy points per game and 28.9 DraftKings fantasy points per game that he's averaged in his 4 games as a bell cow rusher. And, this Atlanta defense has been pretty solid all year, but they've been pretty solid against the pass. They've actually been quite weak against opposing running backs, especially in the second half of the season. Atlanta ranks as the league's second softest schedule-adjusted matchup for opposing running backs since week 6. I do think there's some systemic risk with Dowdle that Carolina just ends up not playing well at all offensively because, again, Bryce Young has struggled a ton. They are 3.5-point underdogs here. So, playing into the spread, playing into Bryce Young, there is some risk with Dowdle, but the floor is just fantastic given his workload. And when you compare the workload to the price, I mean, he's one of the best running back plays on the slate.
Jake Tribby on the line with us here from fantasypoints.com, breaking down week 11 DFS action and some pickage here on the X machine at Jake Tribby. And I got to tell you, there have been moments during this season, maybe a day or two, where I've literally forgotten that Nico Collins existed. And that's not great, but not all his fault. Maybe this week with Davis Mills in, some people might be a little concerned about the backup quarterback, but I would argue that, is there really a drop-off from C.J. Stroud to Davis Mills? What do you see here with Nico up against Tennessee?
Yeah, at least when it comes to Nico Collins' fantasy production, I would argue Davis Mills might be potentially better for Nico Collins. He's seen double-digit targets in 3 straight games. He had 15 targets last week, good for 25 expected fantasy points. That was the third most by any wide receiver in any game this season. And Collins was productive on that good volume. He had 136 receiving yards. Like I mentioned, maybe Davis Mills is sort of the cure to what has been ailing Nico Collins. At the very least, Mills understands that he needs to pepper his best wide receiver with targets. He's targeted Collins on 33% of his throws. That's higher than C.J. Stroud this season. I do understand being concerned about Tennessee's ability to push the Texans here. I mean, the total here is very low, 37.5 last I checked. And, obviously that would impact Nico Collins' production. But each of these offenses rank among the top 10 fastest by seconds per play. And the Titans are allowing the 6th most receiving yards per game on deep throws, which is obviously Collins' game. So I do think there's a bit more upside with Nico Collins, especially at a price tag of $6,700 than the total and, of course, his price would imply.
You've got Georgie Kittle on your list here. Finally had a nice game there with Mac Jones, but that might be a moot point here. I don't know if it's official, but I do believe we're trending toward Brock Purdy. We're also trending toward Ricky Pearsall, yet you still do like George Kittle up against Arizona for 5,000. Jacoby Brissett playing well, but no Marvin Harrison. Probably hurts a little bit of the shootout potential here, but what do you see with George?
Yeah, I think overall this is a fantastic slate for higher price tight ends, guys like Trey McBride, Oronde Gadsden, George Kittle, especially when you compare them to their wide receiver counterparts. These guys are all like way more productive than their price tag would imply. And last week, Kittle turned 9 targets into 84 yards, 23 fantasy points. He actually posted a positive average separation score for the first time since week 1, which suggests he's getting much healthier. So maybe he's finally back here, and Brock Purdy's back this week too, which should be good news for Kittle. Kittle averages 18.1 DraftKings fantasy points per game over his last 13 full games with Brock Purdy. And keep in mind that 18.1 fantasy points per game would rank 6th among all slate eligible wide receivers. But, Kittle's at a price tag $700 lower than DK Metcalf, $500 lower than Wan'Dale Robinson. So like I mentioned with these high-priced tight ends this week, when you compare them to wide receivers, they start looking like excellent values.
Jake Tribby on the X machine at Jake Tribby. Make sure you give him a follow.
Understands that he needs to pepper his best wide receiver with targets. He's targeted Collins on 33% of his throws. That's higher than C.J. Stroud this season. I do understand being concerned about Tennessee's ability to push the Texans here. I mean, the total here is very low, 37.5 last I checked. And, obviously that would impact Nico Collins' production. But each of these offenses rank among the top 10 fastest by seconds per play. And the Titans are allowing the 6th most receiving yards per game on deep throws, which is obviously Collins' game. So I do think there's a bit more upside with Nico Collins, especially at a price tag of $6,700 than the total and, of course, his price would imply.
You've got Georgie Kittle on your list here. Finally had a nice game there with Mac Jones, but that might be a point here. I don't know if it's official, but I do believe we're trending toward Brock Purdy. We're also trending toward Ricky Pearsall, yet you still do like George Kittle up against Arizona for 5,000. Jacoby Brissett playing well, but no Marvin Harrison. Probably hurts a little bit of the shootout potential here, but what do you see with George?
Yeah, I think overall this is a fantastic for higher price tight ends, guys like Trey McBride, Arondé Gadsden, George Kittle, especially when you compare them to their wide receiver counterparts. These guys are all like way more productive than their price tag would imply. And last week, Kittle turned 9 targets into 84 yards, 23 fantasy points. He actually posted a positive average separation score for the first time since week 1, which suggests he's getting much healthier. So, maybe he's finally back here, and Brock Purdy's back this week too, which should be good news for Kittle. Kittle averages 18.1 DraftKings fantasy points per game over his last 13 full games with Brock Purdy. And keep in mind that 18.1 fantasy points per game would rank 6th among all slate eligible wide receivers. But, Kittle's at a price tag $700 lower than DK Metcalf, $500 lower than Wan'Dale Robinson. So like I mentioned with these high price tight ends this week, when you compare them to wide receivers, they start looking like excellent values.
Jake Tribby on the X machine at Jake Tribby. Make sure you give him a follow.
He understands that he needs to pepper his best wide receiver with targets. He's targeted Collins on 33% of his throws. It's higher than CJ Stroud this season. I do understand being concerned about Tennessee's ability to push the Texans here. I mean, the total here is very low, 37.5 last I checked. And, obviously that would impact Nico Collins' production. But each of these offenses rank among the top 10 fastest by seconds per play. And the Titans are allowing the 6th most receiving yards per game on deep throws, which is obviously Collins' game. So I do think there's a bit more upside with Nico Collins, especially at a price tag of $6,700 than the total and, of course, price would imply.
You got Georgie Kittle on your list here. Finally had a nice game there with Mac Jones, but that might be a moot point here. I don't know if it's official, but I do believe we're trending toward Brock Purdy. We're also trending toward Ricky returning, Ricky Pearsall, yet you still do like George Kittle up against Arizona for 5,000. Jacoby Brissett playing well, but no Marvin Harrison. Probably hurts a little bit of the shootout potential here, but what do you see with George?
Yeah, I think overall this is a fantastic slate for higher price tight ends, guys like Trey McBride, Arondé Gadsden, George Kittle, especially when you compare them to their wide receiver counterparts. These guys are all like way more productive than their price tag would imply. And last week, Kittle turned 9 targets into 84 yards, 23 fantasy points. He actually posted a positive average separation score for the first time since week 1, which suggests he's getting much healthier. So, maybe he's finally back here, and Brock Purdy's back this week too, which should be good news for Kittle. Kittle averages 18.1 DraftKings fantasy points per game over his last 13 full games with Brock Purdy. And keep in mind that 18.1 fantasy points per game would rank 6th among all slate eligible wide receivers. But, Kittle's at a price tag $700 lower than DK Metcalf, $500 lower than Wan'Dale Robinson. So like I mentioned with these high price tight ends this week, when you compare them to wide receivers, they start looking like X values.
Jake Tribby on the X machine at Tribby. Make sure you give him a follow.
He understands that he needs to pepper his best wide receiver with targets. He's targeted Collins on 33% of his throws. It's higher than CJ Stroud this season. I do understand being concerned about Tennessee's ability to push the Texans here. I mean, the total here is very low, 37.5 last I checked. And, obviously that would impact Nico Collins' production. But each of these offenses rank among the top 10 fastest by seconds per play. And the Titans are allowing the 6th most receiving yards per game on deep throws, which is obviously Collins' game. So I do think there's a bit more upside with Nico Collins, especially at a price tag of $6,700 than the total and, of course, price would imply.
You got Georgie Kittle on your list here. Finally had a nice game there with Mac Jones, but that might be a moot point here. I don't know if it's official, but I do believe we're trending toward Brock Purdy. We're also trending toward Ricky returning, Ricky Pearsall, yet you still do like George Kittle up against Arizona for 5,000. Jacoby Brissett playing well, but no Marvin Harrison. Probably hurts a little bit of the shootout potential here, but what do you see with George?
Yeah, I think overall this is a fantastic slate for higher price tight ends, guys like Trey McBride, Arondé Gadsden, George Kittle, especially when you compare them to their wide receiver counterparts. These guys are all like way more productive than their price tag would imply. Last week, Kittle turned 9 targets in 84 yards, 23 fantasy points. He actually posted a positive average separation score for the first time since week 1, which suggests he's getting much healthier. So, maybe he's finally back here, and Brock Purdy's back this week too, which should be good news for Kittle. Kittle averages 18.1 DraftKings fantasy points per game over his last 13 full games with Brock Purdy. And keep in mind that 18.1 fantasy points per game would rank 6th among all state eligible wide receivers. But, Kittle's at a price tag $700 lower than DK Metcalf, $500 lower than Wan'Dale Robinson. So, like I mentioned with these high-priced tight ends this
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world. Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Bring you Canton Jets hockey here on very early Saturday morning. We were scheduled for a 7:45 puck drop. However, we are a few minutes behind as both teams make their way to the ice for the warm-up. And the Canton Jets playing Game 3 of their 4-game series this weekend. Yesterday, they would split them as they would drop a 3-1 tilt to the Miami Junior Red Hawks in the first game. But in the nightcap, it would be the Canton Jets getting the shutout over the number 1 ranked Dayton Stealth by a score of 4-0. Scoring went like this. Gage Weaver would start it off at 11:58 of the first period. He would find the back of the net and give the Jets the 1-0 lead. In the second period, it would be Braden LaChance bearing one again for the Jets, making it 2-0. And in the third period, Gage Weaver will get his second goal of the night with 7:03 left in that second period. 3-0 was the score. Mason Doris would finish out the scoring in the third period. And your final again, Jets, they get the shutout 4-0. Brody Guy would stop 27 out of 31. He would take the loss. Connor Moll would stop all 25 shots that he faced yesterday. We'll step aside for a timeout. When we come back on the puck drop here from Oxford, Ohio. You are listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. It's the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Back here at the Goggin Ice Center in Oxford, Ohio, as we get ready for game one of this doubleheader today, finishing out a 4-game series for the Canton Akron Jets. They are 1-1 coming in this morning. Had a little bit of miscommunication here. Hilliard Hockey Club came out in their dark jerseys. However, Canton Akron also in their dark jerseys. Hilliard had to go back and change. Good morning, everybody. Jim Craven with you, along with Caitlin Mold. Hi, it's off the Steve Cady Arena here on the campus of Miami University. As we get ready for this early morning tilt. Youngstown Phantoms were in action Friday and Saturday out in Fargo. They would take 2 losses to the Fargo Force, 2-1 on Friday night, and a shootout loss last night by a score of 4-3. Phantoms will be back in action in Dubuque, Iowa next weekend, November 21st and 22nd. They will take on the Fighting Saints. And they will be back at home on November 28th and 29th. They will take on the Tri-City Storm. 7:05 puck drop on Friday, 6:05 on Saturday. Call and get your tickets today, 330-747-7825, 747-PUCK. Give Kelsey and crew a call. Rates still available. Some affordable family fun, great hockey. Come out and see the future stars of the National Hockey League. Both teams on the ice now. And the Canton Akron Jets will be in their all navy blue with the light blue numbers outlined in white, navy blue helmets, the white stripe down the middle, and of course the navy blue pants with the light blue and white stripe down the leg. For the Hilliard Hockey Club, they'll be in their white jerseys with the blue detail, blue numbers, and the black pants, and the royal blue helmets. Big win for Canton Akron last night, a dominating win after getting back to a full roster. Suspensions to be served in game one yesterday against the Miami Junior Redhawks. That would cost the Jets a 3-1 loss. As the Jets out on the ice, they are ready to go. Hilliard will follow suit, and we will be ready to get this one underway here. 7:58 here, so we're about 13 minutes behind. As Joey Riley and Braden LaChance will get this one started. And we are underway here as Hilliard will win this one clean. They'll trip this one back in their defensive zone. Get it through center. And it'll be Riley from the far side trying to work through 3 dark blue jerseys. You'll have to take it around the net. He'll take the shot. Brett Jankowski getting the start in the net to our right as LaChance will make the way in the offensive zone. And it's going to go in on the sharp angle shot. Braden LaChance with the feeder. And I'm trying to see who actually got the goal. This one coming just 26 seconds into the game. And that's going to be Mason Garas that will be credited with the goal. He'll get the assist from Braden LaChance. 1-0 is your score early. Didn't even get the name of the goalie out for Hilliard yet. That'll be Braden Wallum. Official start for him. We'll drop this one again. Tyler Benson from the far side. Taking the sharp angle shot. Pad saved by Wallum. They'll work behind the goal line. Hilliard trying to set something up. Going to head it back out to the blue line. And they're going to take a shot. Blocker side saved by Wallum. Benson trying to get to it. Head around the boards. Rossi nicely there. Sick. Drifting this one back behind the goal line. Hilliard will pick it up. Tyler Benson right there, though. Creates some chaos. And almost got a rebound shot from Dan Siff. It'll go over the net. Back out through the slot. Picked up by Hilliard. Hilliard now through center will be content to try to get this into the zone. But Jack Pryor will beat him to it. He'll set it up from behind the net of Connor Mold. Back out to the far side to Sif. And Sif now setting it up from the defensive zone. They'll send it to the far side. They'll chip it back up the boards. That'll be picked up by Hilliard. Hilliard with possession through center. And they're going to send this one all the way down. Icing coming up against Hilliard. We'll bring this one all the way back to the left. Jets moving right to left. Hilliard left to right. Brett Jankowski, the senior out of Hoover High School, makes his home in North Canton. Our understanding will work both games today. The 11:30 game will be against Indian Hill, and that will wrap up the weekend here early as you get ready for NFL action just in time. Hilliard trying to grab this one up with a chance. Going to send this down into the corner to the left of Wallen. Jan trying to work it around Tyler Wren from behind the net. They'll send it around the boards. But back out to Gage Weaver. Weaver going to return the favor, send it right back around the boards, and Canton Akron. We'll keep it in the zone. Morrow will take a shot from the point. Pad save by Wallum. Wyatt Dilly trying to work into the corner, back into the circle. We'll get it to Morrow. Morrow on the near side. He'll take a shot, but it's going to go off the shin guard of a Hilliard player, and it'll escape the zone. Hilliard will have it. They'll reset from their defensive zone. They'll move it forward. Far side now, moving left to right. On the outside, he'll take a shot, swallowed up by Brett Jankowski. Bradley Martin on the shot for Hilliard. And the Jets will go for a change. Barbieri, Johnson, Craven, Chabold, and Dab out for Canton Akron. 14:22 left here, first period. 1-0 is the score in favor of the Canton Akron Jets. Ilup at the point of the drop there. And Chabold now will have it on the near board. Tried to bank it off, but he'll get harassed by Barney. Jets will try the far side. They'll try to get it out of the zone. Deacon Johnson there for it. But Hilliard, tenacious, is they'll reach in, reset, and they'll have possession. Trying to get to the inside. That'll be Ferrari. Send the buck around. And now it'll sail all the way down to the other side. No icing coming up. As Wallum will get to it. 2 Wallums on the roster today. Barbieri trying to feed it across the ice, but it's going to go off the stick of the Hilliard player. They'll get an errant shot. Be redirected into the lower right corner. Another shot from the point. It'll go left of Connor Mold. And Hilliard looked like they came out of the zone, and it's on the redirect. Hilliard's going to get the score. 13:21 of the first period. Hilliard ties this up. Joey Riley on the score for Hilliard. Lead short-lived for Canton Akron as we are now tied up at 1. Weaver from the near side. Try to chip it over to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer will have it jump over his stick. Hilliard will pick it up. And they'll send it all the way down behind the goal line. Icing coming up against the Hilliard Hockey Club. 13:10 left here. First period here in this early morning get together. I do keep calling him Connor, don't I? Brett Jankowski in the net, folks. I promise you, it's early. Brotherton now with the puck. He'll clear it out the center. Hilliard working it through the zone. That'll be Clevenger. Clevenger lost it. The Jets try to send it back through, and it'll be Mason Doris trying to keep Hilliard back as far as he can. Put on some pressure, get it out the center. Weaver going to go D to D. They'll send it to the far side. Shot from mid-ice here, and it'll be covered up by Braden Wallum. 12:37 left here, first period. Shots on goal, 4 for Canton and 2 for Hilliard. team finding the back of the net here early. So Riley and Stagmeyer to take the face-off to the right of Wallum. They're going to win this one. However, they're going to send it out. The only person out there is Jack Pryor. Pryor will happily take that. He'll chip this one back down to the Jets' offensive zone. Stagmeyer there trying to look for somebody in the slot. Nobody there. He'll drop it for LaChance. However, it's going to be redirected out to the blue line. Weaver taking the shot. Going to go off the glove of Braden Wallum. And up into the netting. 12-17, first period. 1-1 is your score. Nicely. And Riley for the face-off to the right of Wallum. No possession here. He'll battle for it. Riley will have it now. He'll head down into the zone. Take the shot. And it's going to be stopped. A beautiful save by Brett Jankowski. Had an open net. Jankowski working left to right. Steals one. We'll drop it to the left of Jankowski this time. Riley. There's Graven will step in, try to redirect it, and had to push it back out to the blue line. Riley sending it around the boards. All the way over to Eric. And the puck redirected down into the Hilliard defensive zone. They'll sweep it back out. That'll be a nice pass to Max Morrow. Morrow will work it back into the Jets offensive zone. Sip. Trying to chase down the puck from behind the net. Riley now. Back out the center. Picked up by the Jets. Tyler Benson. Benson going to be surrounded by a couple of white jerseys. He'll send the puck down behind the net. Sip will be there for it. Watkins battling for it in the corner with Sip. He'll get some help from Wallum. And the puck sailing out to the net behind Jankowski. No icing on this one. As Morrow bring it down the near board, past Francis. Out the center. A big hit at mid-ice. Barber had the puck. He took one for the team there. Max Morrow, big body. We'll get icing coming up against the Canton Akron Jets. 10:57 left here, first period. 1-1 is your score. Shots on goal, 5 in favor of CAK, 3 for Hilliard. Face off to come to the right of the senior out of Hoover High School. Chance taking the face off for Canton Akron. Bell there. Hilliard going to win this though. They're going to be able to get a shot off. And a glove save by Jankowski. Owen Mason with the shot from the top of the circle. Great saves already by Brett Jankowski. Has a chance to take the face off against CK. He'll take this one against Mason. Dilly up against the near board. He'll battle for it. The chance going to back him up. Barber, though, will have it. Trying to keep it in the zone. It'll be poked out by Wyatt Dilly. Barber, though, going to end up with it. Feed it in the slot. Gets it to Wren. But Gage Weaver there to sweep it away. Francis had it. Picked up by LaChance. LaChance into the zone. Trying to work through 3 white jerseys. He'll back in it. And it's going to go wide left of the cage. Hilliard. With possession. Barber sending it out to the blue line. It'll make it past Wren. And then out to Weaver again. Weaver going to chip it right back down to Wallum, who's going to cover this one up. Looks like he was going to try to play it, but thought better of it. Clock will stop with 10:07 remaining here, first period. Face off to the left of Wallum. It'll be down for CAK. Shot from the top of the circle. We'll go wide of the cage. Bring it in defensively. He'll poke it in there. Moranto now sending it to the far side for Hilliard. Hilliard. Settle down here in their own defensive zone. Finally get it through center. However, Sebastian Dabb with it. He's going to have to beat Huang there. And he'll get a shot off. It'll be a pad save by Wallum. Hilliard off through center. Puck going to be redirected a couple times. It'll go off the boot of Craven. And it'll end up on the stick of Canton Akron. Out to the far side. Moving right to left. Takes a shot. Swallowed up by Wallum again. And we'll get to stop at 9:24 remaining here, first period. Stagmeyer taking the face off for Canton Akron. Shot right off the top of the circle. That'll be LaChance. Stopped again by Braden Wallum. Try it one more time here. Canton Akron will win this one. Stagmeyer working from the circle. Wallum couldn't stop it. It's still on the play. Canton Akron looking for that rebound, but couldn't get it. Kimbleton. That's going to be Brotherton right around the boards to the far side. That'll get out to Gage Weaver. He tried to get it to Doris, but it's going to slip outside the Jets' defensive zone. LaChance now had an opportunity with it. He was going to be knocked off the puck by Brody Wallen. Brotherton now working up the near board. Max Morrow in his way. Barber tried to get it. Stagmeyer will end up with it, though. He'll work it down the near board, lower left corner from us, as he'll get it out to Max Morrow. Morrow tried to get it through traffic, and it's going to be covered up by Wallum. Wallum was screened, but somehow or another found the puck. 8:29 left here in the first period. Benson nicely sipped. Pryor and Barbieri now on the ice for Canton Akron. Nicely, he'll take the face-off. He'll take this one against Owen Mason to the right of Wallum. Possession will head down into the corner. Tyler Benson, and they're battling for him. Try to get past Wallum. Out the center where Barbieri will pick this up right at mid-ice. And try to send it down. Try to get it to Tyler Benson. We'll pass him up. Dan Siff now feeding into the slot, looking for nicely. But it'll be poked away by Joe Ehret. On the near side, a couple players tied up. Siff will go down, and the puck will sail into the neutral zone here as Pryor will chip it right back down, where Hilliard will set it up from behind the net. Hilliard cross ice through the neutral zone. 4-on-1 here, odd man rush for Canton Akron. Behind the net of Jankowski. They'll work to the near side, picked up, and we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to get a holding call coming up. They were in a pile. I'm not sure who they're going to have for this, but and it looks like Jack Pryor will head to the box for a couple of minutes. Hilliard will go to the power play. LaChance, Bell, Craven, and Weaver out on the special teams for CAK. Kimbleton will take the face-off. Clevenger, Eric, Martin, and Brotherton out for Hilliard. Hilliard will drift this one back into the neutral zone. They'll set up the power play. Man advantage for Hilliard coming up. 7:24 left here, first period. Eric going to chip this one down into the corner. It'll be chased down by Craven and Weaver. Weaver around the boards. Try to get it back out, and it will get just past the stick of Brad Martin. Martin working through the center. He'll drop it for Eric. Eric from the far side, and we're getting an offside call against Hilliard. 7:05 left here, first period. 1:32 left on the man advantage for Hilliard. We'll drop this out just outside the Jets' defensive zone to our near side, right in front of the Jets bench. Kimbleton and LaChance on the draw. Kimbleton will win this one. He'll drift it back to Martin. Martin banking it off the far boards. They'll head around the kick plate, and Gage Weaver will be there, but so will Clevenger. However, Canton Akron somehow or another able to clear this one down ice as we approach the 1:10 mark on the man advantage for Hilliard. 6:43 left in the first period. Martin bringing it through center. He'll bring it to the outside. Trying to get past LaChance. Craven there as well. Martin going to work the blue line. Backhand it over to Kimbleton. Kimbleton trying to take a shot. He'll get one off. It'll go wide left of the cage. And now it's going to be a 2-on-1. If the Jets move, they'll feed it across ice. LaChance couldn't set up. Pass was a little bit behind him. Trying to get it from Ethan Bell. Bell down in the corner. He'll put some pressure on Martin there on the near side. Martin scanning the ice. Sees Bell coming, and he will drop this one behind the net of Woolham. He picked up by Eric. Eric Boyan here on the special teams. Watkins working into the zone. He'll take a bump from Ethan Bell. And Akron will clear this one back down ice. 6 seconds left on the Hilliard power play. Francis now working through center. Aiden Francis send this one down behind the goal line. Watkins working from behind the net. Jankowski, puck going to bounce around. And Canton Akron had an opportunity. Deacon Johnson couldn't wrap it up to get it down ice. Bren now with it. Bren going to try to take a shot. It'll go off the back of a Canton Akron player. Penalty cleared now for Canton Akron. Yeah, tried to get into the zone. He'll have his pocket picked by Watkins. Wren will have it now. Wren into the zone. He'll be to the right of Jankowski. Puck loose, though. And the Canton Akron defense doing a great job as Dab will work down the near board. He'll be chased down by Barber. Puck loose behind the goal line. The chance there. He'll try to find an option. Working through the circle. He'll get tripped up. No call on the play, though. All right, that's a freebie. So Max Morrow bank this one around and get out to Deacon Johnson. Johnson will stop at the blue line on the defensive side. He'll feed it over to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer down the far board, trying to get to the inside. He'll be harassed by Miller. And it'll be Clevenger that will end up with the puck on his stick. Down the near board. He'll try to get past Morrow. Morrow lost the angle on that. Puck will head around the board, and it'll be Kimbleton or Hilliard working to the right of Jankowski. Trying to get around Barbieri, but that's not going to happen. Doris there as well. Clevenger had the puck, and now it's going to be a 2-on-1 if they move. Stagmeyer trying to feed over to LaChance. LaChance couldn't catch the pass. And back through center into the slot that it went, and Hilliard now trying to work through. Canton Akron going to get the turnover, and Morrow will take a step back. On the far side, take the sharp angle shot. It'll go around the cage. 3:50 left here, first period. 1-1 is your score. Mason going to chase this down for Hilliard behind Jankowski. And the puck will center on the boards, where Sif will try to clear it. However, Barney going to be able to keep this in the zone. To the left of Jankowski now. CAK will send this one down, and we're going to get an icing call. Coming up against the Jets will bring this one back with 3:20 left here. Well, it's turned out to be a very beautiful morning here in Oxford, Ohio. Sun is out. And the Canton Akron Jets get the early start, scheduled for 7:45. Started about 13 minutes late. Face off to come to the left. Nicely, and Mason. Craven. From around the boards. We'll get it out to Tyler Benson. Benson going to tip it over to Sif. Sif with some speed. He'll have nicely to his left. Cross ice. Sif working to the inside. He'll have to work in 2 white jerseys. He'll lose the puck. And he'll go down. Back out to center. Craven. With a delayed offside now. Jets will have to clear the zone. Hilliard trying to take advantage. He'll send out center. But Sif will backhand it right back down into the zone. High. Into the glass. Hilliard, though, the only one closest to it. Martin through center. We'll get past Benson. Ethan Bell will force him to chip it down in the corner. He'll head to the bench. Craven now sending it down ice, but Hilliard will pick it up in their defensive zone. Off the glass, out to center. Craven again. He'll have Dilly to his left. Craven going to backhand this one. He'll head to the bench. Chance will head back to the ice, as will Jack Pryor. Weaver out for Canton Akron. Ethan Bell. And Wyatt Dilly. Weaver swinging around. He'll get this one out to Bell. Bell to the far side. Feeds a chance. Takes a shot. Pad save by Wallum. Now Ethan Bell from the circle will take the shot, and a beautiful glove save by Braden Wallum. 1:58 left here. First period. Shots on goal. 13 for CAK, 4 for Hilliard. Essentially being outshot 3-1. However, we are tied at 1. Yeah, for the face-off for Canton Akron. Shot from the blue line. Stick save by Wallum. He redirected out to center. Chavold put some pressure on Brotherton. Ferrari now with the puck. Around the net of Woolham. Ed Kimbleton now to send it back across the ice. He'll get this one over to Clevenger. Clevenger out to center. It's going to be Chivolda who's going to pick it off and get it down into the Jet zone. And he'll head behind the goal line behind Woolham. But Hilliard will pick it up. They'll drop it behind the net. They'll set up where Deacon Johnson will reach out from the circle. Try to get a shot off, but couldn't get through Brotherton. Did a clean one, but Johnson now with the puck again behind the goal line. It'll ricochet off the post and then back to the boards as Brotherton trying to feed it across ice. The closest one to it, though, will be Jack Pryor for the Jets. 1:07 left here, first period. Weaver now feeding out the center here will be Sebastian Dabb. Dabb through center with some speed. Try to get the shot off and a blocker side save by Woolham. Martin sending to the far side to Clevenger. Clevenger trying to get it back out to the point. Try to get it to Kimbleton. And will be kept in the zone so far by CAK. Pryor still digging at it. He's sitting on his backside. And Dabb now with it. Took a shot. It'll go off the shin guard of Moranto. Hilliard will send this one down ice. No icing. As Weaver now will send us around the boards to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer on the near side, lower right corner. Trying to get it across ice. It's going to be stopped by Aaron. Aaron's going to take a shot. And it's going to go wide of the cage. Swept away by Jankowski with 15 seconds left here in the first period. Wank going to take a shot. Swept away again by Jankowski. 5 seconds left here in the first period. And the puck will drift down into the Hilliard defensive zone, and that will bring us to the end of one. After one, we are all tied up at one. Canton, Akron 1, Hilliard 1. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Canton Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We'll flip sides of the ice. One on net to our right. Jankowski to our left. Braden LaChance will take the face off. For Canton Akron, it'll be Barbieri, Morrow. LaChance, Stagmeyer, and Doris out for Canton Akron to start the second period. Halfway through the second period, we'll have an ice cut. So we'll play the first 8.5 minutes on the 17-minute period. Stagmeyer will deliver a shot. Brotherton. Martin will chase this one down in the defensive zone for Hilliard. It up through center, and this one will head all the way down. Should be icing coming up against Hilliard. We'll drag this one back to our right side. Jets now moving left to right. Hilliard right to left. As you're listening in on the iMedia One Network app, available for iOS and Android. And it is free. $3.99, folks. Connor Marco taking the day off. He will watch from the bench. Got the win over Dayton last night. Shot on net from LaChance. Go wide right of the cage. He'll drop this one behind the net. It'll be Wang that will try to get to it. He'll take a bump. Puck tied up down in the corner to our upper right side. Back out to center. For Hilliard. Martin can chip this one down. Barbieri will be the closest one to it. Jack Barbieri sending this around the board, so feed it to Max Morrow. Morrow tried to spin around and get rid of it, but Hilliard with it. He'll take a shot, and it's going to go wide right of the cage. Not much on it. Rebound shot by Hilliard. That, too, will go wide right. Through center now, as Doris will have Doris working into the zone. He'll have LaChance down there. He'll try to get a shot off, but it's going to go off the boot of a Hilliard player. Doris out at center. Some contact there. A couple of bodies will go down. Brody Wallen now sending it down. Icing. And against Hilliard, as the clock will stop with the 7:10 of the first half of the second period. Getting a little bit odd here as we split the game evenly in half. Ice cut will come halfway through the second period. The teams will head to the locker room for essentially a halftime break. Craven nicely, Sif, Benson, and Weaver. Out for Canton Akron, shot off the face-off. Stopped by Woolham. Nicely, trying to keep it in the zone. Sif will tip it in even further. Sif trying to get to it. Nicely, chipping it back in there. And Hilliard will get possession. They'll try to bring it through center. Craven, one-on-one with Brotherton. We'll deflect that shot, and will head up ice now is nicely. We'll chase to Martin. Martin trying to work through his own defensive zone. Now down the near board. He'll work through a couple blue jerseys, run into traffic, feed it over to the far side. Craven there defensively. He'll get the stick lifted. And Canton Akron with possession now. Tyler Benson from the far side. Trying to get into the zone. He's got 3 white jerseys. The Jets went for a couple of changes. And out to the slot. The chance with an opportunity. Takes a shot. Glove save by Woolham. Icing coming up against Hilliard. We'll get the clock to stop. 6:08 left here, first period. 1-1 is your score. Shots on goal, 16 for Canton Akron, 7 for Hilliard. Kowski so far stopping 6 out of 7. Woolham stopping 15 out of 16. A chance for the face-off against Mason to the left of Woolham this time. They'll push it down. Dillian there with an opportunity, but it's going to be stopped by Woolham right off the face-off. And we'll do it again. Same bat time, same bat channel. Billy this time. Keep it against the board. However, Wren now going to chase it down as it heads down ice. Jack Pryor, they're going to reach in and steal it from Pryor. Trying to feed it forward. He'll take a bump, run into the wall. Ethan Bell there. No call on the play. Bell trying to work into the zone, but Pryor will be the one to pick it up from behind the net of Woolham. However, lost it somehow, and Ethan Bell got to it, but couldn't gather it up to get a backhanded shot off. And Bell from behind the net now will lose it, and it'll be Ferrari that'll pick it up. He'll feed it out to Tyler Wren. Buckhead all the way down ice. It's not going to make it down there all the way, so Barbieri will pick it up. Barbieri trying to set something up, bounce it off the glass, and it'll be returned right to him. No icing here. We'll continue to play here. 5:14 left before the ice cut. Braden LaChance working down at the near board. LaChance, the senior out of Uniontown. Sharp angle shot attempt by LaChance. Hilliard will get it. We have a collision at mid-ice. Picked up by Kellen Luke. We'll have it knocked away by Jack Pryor. Wang will send this one back into the Jets' defensive zone. However, back out the center now. Puck kind of warm today, bouncing around a lot. As Dabb tried to get a shot off, feeds it into the slot, was looking for Deacon Johnson. Too much traffic there. It will head all the way down ice where, Jankowski will come out to play it. They'll set it up for Barbieri behind the net. Barbieri off the board. Down through center. Martin, the closest one to it for Hilliard. Martin sending it back out. Joe Arrett now tried to feed Riley to the far side. Riley couldn't handle it. Barbieri will take a bump for his efforts. And Watkins to the near side. Couldn't handle the pass. Sebastian Dabb will send the puck to the far side. Looking for Jack Barbieri, but didn't get the angle on the pass. Pryor from behind the net. Will reverse direction, but Joe Riley will stay right with them. Barrett sending it around the boards to the near side. Get it out to Ferrari. Ferrari had it. Another poked away. Barbieri got it out to the neutral zone somehow or another. And Dab feeding forward to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer to the left of Wallum. Took the shot. Pad save. Couldn't get the redirect. And icing coming up against Hilliard. 3:18 left. First period. Or excuse me, second. We're halfway through the second period. We'll go to the ice cut halfway through. Stagmeyer, Chance, Craven, Doris, and Morrow will be on the ice for CAK. Face off to the left of Wallop. Stagmeyer and Kimbleton. Stagmeyer tied up in the circle, will drift out to the point. Craven sending it back down, will be palmed down by Doris. Doris sending it down into the lower right corner. They'll try to feed LaChance. LaChance from behind the net, backed up by Doris. Mason Doris now tied up in the corner. Puck tied up as well. Wallum trying to pin Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer going to fight his way out. And from the point, takes a shot wide right. Morrow with the attempt. Craven going to send it right back down to Doris. And then we momentarily paused here on the near board. Stagmeyer trying to feed us back out to the point. Craven taking the slapper, and it'll trickle in front of the net. It's still loose, and it's going to be covered up by Wallum. Good shot by Craven. However, better stop by Wallum. Had 3 dark blue jerseys in front of him. Was able to track the puck, and the clock will stop with 2:36 left before the ice cut. Craven with the clapper, adding something new to his repertoire. LaChance taking the face-off against Riley now to the left of Wallum. LaChance will win this one cleanly, take a sharp angle shot, and will ricochet off the pad of Wallum. And it'll be Morrow to send it back down into the circle to LaChance. LaChance trying to feed it to Doris. Doris taking a backhanded shot. And Morrow will keep it in the zone for Canton Akron. Working to the inside, takes a shot off the face of Wallum. And a couple of good looks now as LaChance from the far boards will take a bump. Stagmeyer will step in to help him. Ollie Stagmeyer working around the net. And send it back out to the point. Craven just keeping it in the zone. Back to Doris behind the net. Looking for somebody to feed. Has Stagmeyer in the slot, but got pinned against the boards. Morrow taking the shot. It can't make it through traffic. It'll go off a Hilliard player. That'll be Riley. Riley will feed it forward to Errett. Errett will get hemmed up. He'll have to slow down and reset. As Max Morrow was right there to take the path away. Morrow feeding this to LaChance. LaChance with an opportunity. He'll work to the inside, lose the puck, and it'll be covered up by Wallum. Chance maybe one too many moves on that. Couldn't get the shot off. The clock will stop with 1:35 left before the break. Siff, Benson, Weaver. I believe that's going to be Nicely and Barbieri. For Canton Akron now. He'll drop to the right of Wallum. Ross nicely feeding this one down to Siff. Trying to feed it into the slot. Nicely couldn't slow it down. Bounced over his foot. Takes a shot from the blue line. That'll be Barbieri. Stopped by Wallum. Hilliard now feeding to the far side. Clevenger there. Hilliard having a tough time clearing it out of their defensive zone. As Barbieri now will drift back into the neutral zone. He'll try to work it back in. Has 3 white jerseys in front of him. Takes a shot wide right. It's going to go high over the right corner. Kimbleton taking the shot at Barbieri, and I believe we're going to have a checking from behind call coming up. And because of the retaliation, Barbieri is going to head to the box as well. Okay, no call on Hilliard? Okay, so there will be a call on Hilliard. Here's Kimbleton and Barbieri. Both will head to the box. Offsetting penalties will still be 5-on-5. 50 seconds left before the break. Would have drawn the penalty, but Barbieri retaliated. The officials having none of that. My opinion, that was a complete overreaction by the officials. in regard to Barbieri anyway. First game of a 2-game series here this morning. They'll take on Indian Hill. And Akron will take on Indian Hill. That's scheduled for 11:30. However, that could be plus or minus a few minutes. Barbieri and Kimballton will sit and reflect on their transgressions. And it'll be Craven, LeChance, Stagmeyer, Weaver, and Sif that will be on the ice. Clevenger, Martin, Brody Wallen for Hilliard. They will be out there. Clevenger as well. I did not say that. From the circle to the right of Wallen. It'll make its way down. And here's Weaver. We'll keep this one in play. Take the shot. It's going to go wide right of the cage. Chance with an opportunity back out to the blue line. Sif trying to send it back down. It'll go off the leg of Brotherton. However, Sif manages to keep it in. Good effort by the sophomore. Weaver from the upper right corner now. Send it back out to the blue line. Take a shot, but it's going to go off the shin of Brotherton. I think Brotherton a little worse for the wear on that one. Sif will backhand it down into the corner. Nice pass there to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer sending it back across ice. He'll get it to LeChance. LeChance playing it off the board. And Brotherton had an opportunity to clear it. It'll head out to center. Stagmeyer, beautiful pass to LeChance. Back into the zone as they try to work around Clevenger. And that will bring us to the end of the first half of the second period. Both teams will head to the break. We are tied all at 1. Shots on goal, 24 for the Canton Akron Jets, 1 for the Hilliard, 7 for the Hilliard Hockey Club. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to the Canton Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit TAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catch with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio Western Reserve Radio 2 and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
So, are you enjoying our station? Well, now you can take us along on your mobile device wherever you go.
Wow!
The free Live 365 app is available for both Apple and Android devices.
That sounds like fun. I'll give it a try.
Just go to the Apple app or Google Play Store and download it today.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand score! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
At the break here, we are tied up at 1. Canton Akron, 24 shots on goal. Hilliard with 7. Jankowski stopping 6 out of 7 so far. And Woolham stopping 23 out of 24. Scoring went like this, 16:34, just 26 seconds into the game. Mason Darris will find it back to the net on the feeder from Braden LaChance. And then it would just be a few moments later, 13:21, that Joey Riley would get Hilliard on the board. And that is your score here as we are halfway through the second period as we go to the ice cut. All tied up at 1. Phantoms on the road this weekend. They drop a pair to the Fargo Force by the score of 2-1 on a Friday night. They lose the shootout 4-3 on Saturday. They will head to Dubuque next week to take on the Fighting Saints on Friday and Saturday, and then they will be back at home the following week. As we try to take a look at the schedule, that'll be November 28th and 29th as the Tri-City Storm will make their way to Youngstown. 7:05 puck drop on Friday, 6:05 on Saturday. Plenty of great tickets still available. Call 330-747-7825. 747-PUCK. Get your tickets today. Affordable family fun. And a great opportunity to see the stars of the NHL right there the future stars of the NHL right there in Youngstown. Congratulations to Shane LaChance. He got his first NHL goal last night. Easy for me to say here on this early Sunday morning as we get ready for this doubleheader. Halfway through game number 1. Canton Akron will take on Indian Hill at 11:30. Plus or minus a few minutes of that. We'll step aside for one more timeout. When we come back, play will resume with the second half of the second period here in Oxford, Ohio. You are listening to Canton Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Are
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC, find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras. Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
You missed his new haircut because you were busy not missing hockey. Never miss a goal with live game stories, only in the NHL app.
So, are you enjoying our station? Well, now you can take us along on your mobile device wherever you go.
Wow!
The free Live 365 app is available for both Apple and Android devices.
That sounds like fun. I'll give it a try.
Just go to the Apple app or Google Play Store and download it today.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to said it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
8:30 left here, second period, as we come out of the break, all tied up at 1. Canton Akron with 24 shots on goal. Hilliard with 7. As we'll get ready to get this one rolling. Stagmeyer, Craven, LaChance, Siff, and Weaver out for Canton Akron. 1:10 left here on the power play. That's Kimbleton. He'll sit in the box. And Canton Akron win this one cleanly. It'll be Weaver from behind the goal line through his own defensive zone. He'll glide through center. And drop this one for Craven. Craven at the point. He'll take it down behind the goal line. Feed it back out to Weaver in the circles. We'll give it back to LaChance at the point. Chance back down to Weaver. Weaver from the circle on the far side. Rotating it around. He'll go out to the blue line. He'll switch with Siff. Siff from the circle. Taking the shot. Go off of another player. They'll try to chip it out. However, Canton Akron will keep it in the zone. 7:54 left here, second period. 33 seconds left on the power play. Back out to the point. Siff taking a shot. Can't get through traffic. It's actually going to go off Craven. Feed it back into the circle. Weaver will get there. LaChance will pick it up at the blue line. He'll walk the blue line, trying to keep it in. Give it to Siff. Siff from the circle. Takes the shot. Glove save by Wallum. 15 seconds left on the Canton Akron man advantage. Aaron Watkins will head to the ice for Canton Akron. Excuse me, for Hilliard. Face off to the left of Willem. LaChance taking this one for CAK. Stagmeyer. Get to the far side. Weaver taking the shot. Craven trying to screen Willem, but won't matter. It'll go wide. Stagmeyer will feed this back out to Siff. Siff feeding it to the far side. LaChance from the circle to the right of Willem. Takes a shot wide right of the cage. And they'll try to get to the point to keep it in. It'll be swept out by Aaron. And now it's going to be Riley with an opportunity to take a shot, but he's going to go wide right. Minkowski had a good angle, but wouldn't even have to make the effort. As that penalty will be cleared, we'll get icing coming up against Canton Akron. Jack Barbieri will be freed for the Jets. Have to wait for the whistle. Kimbleton will have to sit for another 2 minutes. But we're back to 5-on-5. Face off to the left of Jankowski. Back out to the point, Miller. Sending it back around the goal line. He'll hit around the boards. And Watkins. And get a shot, sharp angle shot off to the right of Jankowski. This one's going to head up into the netting. And we'll do it again. 6:45 left here, second frame. Craven, Bell, Dilly, LaChance, and Weaver out for Canton Akron. Johnson, Chavol, Fire, Gab, and Morrow will head to the bench. Face off to the left of Jankowski. Back out to the point. Miller. Trying to get it through the circle. Aaron will send it down into the far left corner. Weaver sending it around the boards. Out to center. Ethan Bell. Trying to feed it to LaChance. LaChance now taking the shot. Going to be pad save by Wallum. And Wallum, I believe, has got an equipment problem right now. Another shot, and it'll head directly into him. Wallum kind of throwing his hands up like he doesn't know what to do. But it appears that he is going to have an equipment problem. 6:18 left here. And I believe his blade came off his skate. So most likely we'll have a change in net for Hilliard. Wallum will head to the... He's actually on his knees. He's kind of rowing his way to the bench. As Harmony will come in with 6:18 left. Chance taking the face off to the right of Carmody now in net for Hilliard. Mason taking the face off as Craven trying to reach out to keep it in. Martin from behind the net of the Hilliard netminder. Now trying to work it out to center. Gage Weaver there. Weaver feeding over to the near side to Craven. Craven down the boards. get it into the zone, but picked up by Wang. And they'll send this one out to center. LaChance there for Canton Akron. He'll just chip it in a little bit. Hilliard will pick it up. That'll be Martin. They'll spin it around. They'll go around the back of the net. Try to get this one out to Tyler Wren. Wren couldn't get the clean pass off. It'll be redirected down behind the net of Jankowski. Gage Weaver there as Mason tried to take the puck from him, but Bell. Right if he had no chance. Bell now from the top of the slot. Takes a shot right into the chest. And a rebound shot attempted by Dilly. Went off his chest. Still loose in front of Carmody. And they'll send this one out. Weaver had a half-hearted shot off going through traffic. It'll be redirected to the near board. The chance from the circle, the left of Carmody. He'll take a shot, pad save. Barbieri looking for somebody here. He'll feed it through and take another shot, pad save by Carmody. Second goalie for Hilliard here getting pelted. 4:48 left here, second period. We're tied up at 1. Into the slot, he'll feed it and it'll go off the right side of Carmody. Shot from the blue line. Wide left. Shot from Barbieri, and he'll get a second shot at this. As he'll sweep this one, wide left again. And back out to the blue line. Jack Pryor tried to keep it in. We'll get it down to Ethan Bell. Bell back at the Barbieri. He'll get a third shot. This one going to be redirected off the boot of Mason. Puck down to the right of Carmody now. They'll try to work to the inside. Take the sharp angle shot. Loose, dangling out in front of there and Pryor. He'll get a shot. Pad save by Hilliard. LaChance with the rebound shot. Another save. Another shot by Bell. And this one will head all the way down ice. It'll go off the stick of Barbieri. So no icing coming up against Hilliard. Under 4 minutes to play here, second period. We'll get it back out to Sif. Sif through center. Left to fight through Dom Ferrari. Back out to Tyler Benson. Benson in the slot. He'll have it taken from him by Watkins. Watkins just reaching in barely, grabbing that, headed the other direction. He's going to go down now as Sif. Try to get it out to center, but it's going to go off the body of a Hilliard player. He'll have a second chance to get this one back out, but it'll be Martin or Hilliard that'll pick it up, take it back in his offensive zone. Martin couldn't get a shot off. Too many blue jerseys in front of him. Pryor now chip this one off the board. Rossi nicely with it. He'll set up behind Jankowski, send it around the board and get it out to Sif. Sif couldn't handle it. Want to jump over a stick. And Rossi nicely trying to work out of the neutral zone. He'll be knocked off the puck by Riley. Martin will pick it up in his own defensive zone and try to drive it through center. Martin from the left to Jankowski. He'll have to hold up. He'll head back to the blue line, reset, and drop this one to Eric. Eric going to send it around the boards to the near side. That'll be Riley. Riley from the circle. We'll drop it. Barber, though, will back him up. And behind the net now, try to sweeping shot, but Jankowski will cover that up. As Watkins tried to reach around. And now Wollum will head back to the net. Whatever equipment issue he had with that skate, it seems to be fixed now. Carmody will head back to the bench. Face off to the right of Jankowski. LaChance for Canton Akron will take this Barber will take the shot. And go wide left of the cage, but Jankowski will glove it. Clock will stop with 2:32 remaining here in the second period. We're all tied up at 1. All scoring coming from the first period. Goals by Mason Darras for Canton Akron. Joey Riley for Hilliard. And LaChance now with some speed, trying to work past Wollum. And it's going to be swept away by Wollum in net. Max Morrow from the far side, sending it across the face of Wollum. Hilliard will have it, send it across to the far side now. Wollum up the center. That'll be Brody Wollum. Shot pad save by Jankowski on the left side. And Brotherton, he'll take a sharp angle shot. No chance of that going in as Martin. Now back into the Hilliard zone. He'll take a shot. It's going to go up and over the cage. And Barney there for Hilliard. He'll set this one up for Moranto. Moranto will get it to Wang. Wang tried to take a shot, being redirected by Weaver down into the upper left corner. Morrow there, as it'll sail there, will be cleared by Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer send it all the way down, no icing. Coming up against Canton Akron. Jets will go for a change. Dab, Johnson, Weaver, Morrow. All coming out for Canton Akron. Or Chavold as well. Chavold through center, trying to send it to the far side. Trying to get it to Deacon Johnson. But Aiden Wang will be close to it, and he'll get pinned up against the boards as Chavold will reach in there with some skill. He'll take a little bit of bump from behind, get knocked off the puck, and Hilliard would have it. And I believe we're going to have a roughing penalty. Coming up against Hilliard, Aiden Wang will head to the box. Canton Akron will go to the power play. 56 seconds left in the second period. Shots on goal, 31 for Canton Akron, 11 for Hilliard. However, despite being outshot 3-1, we are tied up at 1. Francis, Barney, Wallen, all coming out for the special team for Hilliard. Don Ferrari as well. Face off to the right of Wallen. Weaver down the, go low behind the goal line and send this one D to D to Sip. Sip going to take the shot high over the cage. Wallen trying to clear it around the boards, but Weaver there to hold that in. The chance. Get to Weaver. Weaver will rotate around. Craven trying to reach around, take a backhanded shot. Didn't come off the stick right. 30 seconds left here, second period. 1:33 left on the man advantage. Sif feeding it down to LaChance. LaChance to the left of Wallum. He'll work through the circle. Back up top. He'll rotate it around to Sif. Sif taking a shot down Broadway. And it's going to go in. No! Oh, it went off the crossbar. Came straight down. And just avoided that line. About as close as you can get without actually scoring. Martin, Barber, Kimbleton, and Wren coming up now for Hilliard. I don't think you can get it any closer than that without actually scoring the goal. Complete overreaction by the official. Face off to the right of Wallum. Barbieri from the near point. He'll drop it down behind the goal line. Sif going to take blocker side save by Wallum. Another shot as we come to the end of the second period. When we start the third period, we'll have 1:05 left on the man advantage for Canton Akron. However, we are all tied up at 1. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You are listening to Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio on westernreserveradio.com.
Third period action coming up here from Miami University. We'll flip sides again. Jankowski in the net to our right. Wallum to our left. Face off here is Ethan Bell will reach in. Jets will win this one cleanly. Gage Weaver down the near board. They'll get it into the zone here. 55 seconds left on the man advantage for Canton Akron. Back out to the far point. Battle for it in the corner. Will be tied up. Trying to keep it in the zone. Sif will come in to back him up. Ethan Bell reaching in and high over to the other side to LaChance. LaChance back Going D to D. Barbieri feed it down into the circle. They'll take a shot and redirect. Looking for Gage Weaver. Couldn't get all of it. The chance swing this one back around to Weaver. Weaver on the near side in the circle. Trying to feed it in the slot. Saved by Wollum. Was looking for Ethan Bell again. Back out to the circle. Get it out to LaChance now at the point. We'll go D to D back to Barbieri. Barbieri with the clapper. It'll go wide though. And it'll sail out the center where LaChance will have to chase this one down. 5 seconds left on the Canton Akron power play. 15:57 left here in the game. Hilliard will clear this one. And we'll head back to the ice. On the near side. Puck still loose. And LaChance sending it back out to Barbieri. He'll take a shot. And it'll be redirected right to the cage. Bell quickly down in the upper left corner. We'll get it back out to Barbieri. Barbieri takes a shot. It's going to bounce all over. And it's going to be, had an opportunity. Bell trying to with the rebound shot. Couldn't get to it. And now Hilliard. It'll be Watkins trying to fight through 2 blue jerseys. Take it to the far side to the right of Jankowski. And he'll lose it. And Canton Akron will chip this one down. And it's going to be Bell with an opportunity. It's going to go wide left. Look. Now behind the net of Wollum. It'll be the other Wollum with the puck. It'll be chased down by Bell. Bell will pressure him. He'll force it down the far side. Gage Weaver now will pick this one up behind Jankowski. He'll get it out to Tyler Benson. Benson trying to work through the neutral zone. We'll have the puck knocked off the stick. Deacon Johnson there, though. Still loose here. No possession. Aaron with an opportunity to get there. And now it's Tyler Benson. Benson from the slot. Takes a shot. Glove save by Braden Wollum. Wren, Francis, and Mason will head to the ice. Offensively for Hilliard. Craven, Chabot, Johnson, and Jack Pryor on the ice now for Canton Akron. Back out to the point. Craven swinging around. He'll keep it in the zone. Tyler Benson feed it into the slot. It's going to be redirected. Craven will take this one back out, and he'll chip this one in the zone. He'll take a shot. It'll be a glove save. Wollum will sweep this one over. Hilliard will play it. Wren through the defensive zone. Try to get it out to Francis. Francis reached out. Did a good job there maintaining possession. He'll get a half-hearted shot off. The puck will jump into the glove of Jankowski. Clock will stop with 14:10 left here. Third period. 1-1 is your score. Hilliard being outshot 3-1. Braden Wollum keeping him in the game here is Kimbleton. We'll take the face-off for Hilliard. They'll take this one against LaChance. Craven going to send it around the boards, try to get it to the far side. And it will sail. Will it make it down to the goal line? And indeed it will. Icing coming up against Canton Akron. We will do it again with 14 minutes even left. Third frame. Shots on goal, 36 for Canton Akron, 12 for Hilliard. Kimbleton and LaChance again for the face-off to the left of Jankowski. Just trying to push everybody out of the circle. Craven taking around the net. They'll try to work around Kimbleton, get it out to Mason Darras. Darras had a Hilliard player turning around and bumped into him. Ferrari for Hilliard. Puck loose behind the net. Chance sending it around the boards. It'll head out the center. And Old Barber will have to work to get this one. Knocked off his stick. Sebastian Dabb there. Putting on some pressure. Sending it across ice out the center. Picked up by Canton Akron. Morrow to the near side. The backhand is down into the zone. Mason Darcy will feed it over to Dabb, and we're going to get an offside call against Canton Akron. Sebastian Dabb with the puck, the senior out of Highland High School. Drop this one just outside the Jets' offensive zone. Dan Simple take the face off for Canton Akron. No possession here out the center. Bounce it back and forth as Gage Weaver finally will take an opportunity to set this one up. He'll get it out to Sif. Sif trying to redirect it to Tyler Benson, but it'll go off the stick. Another Hilliard player. That'll be Martin. Martin back out to the point. Get it out to center. Luke now with the puck. Kind of an uncoordinated effort there as Moranto will lose the puck. Rossi nicely. With Tyler Benson to his left, working to the inside, takes a shot, swallowed up by Wallum. 12:45 left here. Third period, 1-1 is your score. Johnson, LaChance, Bell, Weaver, and Morrow out for Canton Akron. Martin, Riley, Watkins, Wallum, and Aaron out for Hilliard. They'll drop this to the left of Wallum. It'll sail across the face of Wallum to the near board. He'll tie it up against lower left corner here, but it'll be Martin now that'll pull it out from behind the goal line. He'll try to reset, get it out to center. He'll finally get it out to Watkins. Watkins feeding it to Eric. Eric one-on-one with Max Morrow. And he'll sail back out to center. Hilliard have to reset. He'll get some pressure. And Hilliard all the way back in their defensive zone. Wallum now will send it to the far side. Deacon Johnson there. He'll get into the zone offside. Was the call by the official. Jets will vacate. They'll re-enter the zone. Riley trying to chase this puck down, try to get it past Gage Weaver. Weaver will get there first. Weaver from around the net to Jankowski. Setting it up the boards and out to center. And it'll be a race to the puck. Hilliard will win this one. They'll try to get it out to center. Riley there, but Gage Weaver right down center. Looking to take a shot here. Set it up for LaChance. LaChance scores from the high slot. Finds the left side. With 11:39 left here, third period, Jets take a 2-1 lead. Beautiful feed to the captain, Braden LaChance, who thankfully I've stopped calling Shane. After a scoreless second period, Braden LaChance finds the back of the net. A chance with a goal and an assist here today. Swing that will send this out to center. Picked up by Canton Akron. Canton Akron trying to work through traffic. And it'll be Wallum that will cover this one up. Craven, Dilly, LaChance, Bell, and Barbieri on the ice for Canton Akron. Face off to the left of Wallum. Kind of a weird face off there. As the puck will hit the board, it'll head up into the stands. Souvenir time for this capacity crowd. Little early Sunday morning action, and we're all having a problem here today. Scheduled for a 7:45 puck drop. It started at 7:58. We'll have an 11:30 game against Indian Hill as the Jets will wrap up their 4-game weekend. Rory from around behind the goal line, try to get over to Martin to the far left corner. Barberton trying to get into the zone for Hilliard. Craven in front of him. Also have Ethan Bell there as well. This is going to be LaChance. LaChance one-on-one with Martin. Martin, he'll drop this one to Bell. Bell into the slot, trying to feed Dilly. Dilly couldn't get a good angle on it. And the puck will sail out to center. Craven going to feed this one over to Bell. Bell having to wait to enter the zone. He'll get in now. Trying to work through 3 white jerseys. I think he had a decent shot at that, but Clevenger will take it from him. He'll feed it to Kimbleton. Kimbleton taking a shot from Doris, and that'll loosen the puck up. And Canton Akron will be on the rush from right to left. LaChance there, trying to work to the inside. He'll be cut off by Martin. Behind there, looking for somebody in the slot. Sip taking the wide angle shot here. It'll go left of the cage. Sip again, working around the circle to the left of Wallum. From behind the net now, has Dab. Dab looking to get the shot off. He'll take the shot, and it'll be swallowed up. A great stop by Braden Wallum. Shots on goal, 40 for Canton Akron, 12 for Hilliard. Face off to the right of Woolham now. Rossi nicely taking this one for Canton. Akron said about the Morrow. Morrow taking a clapper, but it's going to go wide right. I don't think he got as much of that as he wanted. Wren now sending it down to Martin. Martin sending it around to the boards to the near side. Morrow will get right to the line and keep it in. We'll take a half-hearted shot at all of that. And we'll end up in the circle to the left of Woolham. It'll now back out to center. The Jets will have to vacate the zone. Martin sending this over to the far side to Francis. Francis up the boards. And then behind the goal line, no icing coming up against Hilliard. Deacon Johnson against the board. Tried to catch a pass. Kind of came at him awkwardly. And now Hilliard taking the shot from center ice. Slow shot there. Easily stopped by Jankowski. Look out the center now. Deacon Johnson. Trying to get it to Rossi nicely. He'll rebound. This time he'll just send it down behind the net of Woolham, where Hilliard will pick it up. Deacon Johnson there, though, putting on some pressure on Martin. He'll lose it. Francis, though, will back him up. And from the near side, try to feed it. LaChance got it. LaChance had an opportunity. Took a shot. And it'll be stopped by Woolham. Chance now to the far side. Try to get it to Tyler Benson. Benson in the upper left corner. The other Woolham now feeding it to the near side. Martin now through center. We'll have Jack Pryor in front of him. Max Morrow there defensively as well. Pryor doing the job. Shakes the puck loose. Moranto there trying to feed it into the slot. Big hit coming in from Morrow. Back out at the point to the near side here. LaChance trying to get to the puck. A couple of bodies will go down and back out to center as Barney will send this one over to Wang. He will take his time here. So try to send up the boards too much on it, and it's going to be icing coming up against Hilliard. With an 8:11 left here in the game. Jets with a 2-1 lead. Shots on goal 40-13 in favor of Canton Akron. Braden Woolham doing a great job keeping Hilliard in this game. Ethan Bell to take the face off against Kimballton. He'll be out there with Barbieri, Weaver, Chabold, and Siff. Siff hustling in the upper left corner, sending it around the boards. Trying to feed somebody in the slot, but it'll be Barbieri at the point. Trying to take a clapper. He'll take the shot. Knocked away by Woolham. Ethan Bell had the puck. Lost control of it. Will regain it. He'll get a shot off it. No rebound. And the puck will sail all the way down in front of Jankowski. Jankowski will step out and play this one. He'll drop it for Weaver. Gage Weaver out to Bell. Bell to the near side. Going to feed it to, take a look at this. It's going to be Chabold. Chabold, though, will be tracked down by Clevenger. Working back to the inside. Sip. Working to get a goal here. Bumped the net. Thought it came off, but it'll bounce right back into place. Clevenger from the far side. 3 blue jerseys around him. Nobody. So he'll take the shot and move it around to the back of the net. Hilliard from center now. Clevenger backhanding it, but Siff going to keep it from entering the zone. Brotherton now. Dabb coming off the bench will snag this. Sebastian Dabb working to the right. Woolham takes a shot and be kept in the zone. Weaver taking a shot, and it's going to be redirected off of a Hilliard player. This puck will sail all the way down. Hilliard guilty of icing. They will adjust the net in front of Woolham. Thought that came off. The whistle at the time. Craven, Pryor, LaChance, Dabb, and Doris all out for Canton Akron. And it's going to be Hilliard that's going to take a timeout. 6:48 left here, third period. We'll step aside for a break. You are listening to Canton Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio on the IP1 Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3. Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 30755-9119. Gessler Propane, they got gas.
You missed his new haircut because you were busy not missing hockey. Never miss a goal with live game stories, only in the NHL app.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Coming out of the Hilliard time, 48 left here, third period. Jets with a 2-1 lead. 11:39 of the third period to be Braden LaChance. With a feed from Weber. If we give Canton Akron the lead after they've recalculated shots on goal, 43-14 in favor of Canton Akron. Chance on the near board now after the faceoff. Feed it back out to the point. Craven taking the shot. Glove save. Well, we'll hand this over to the official. We'll do it again. We'll drop it to the right of the Hilliard netminder. Sebastian Dabb for the faceoff. He'll take this one against Joe Riley. Craven with the clapper, but it's going to be redirected. Going to go wide of the cage and to the far side. Watkins there for Hilliard. Chipping back out to get past Eric. Craven now will chip this one off the board. They'll say no icing. Doris sending it over to a player. Has LaChance. LaChance takes a shot. It's going to go in. LaChance on the feeder. I believe that's going to be Sebastian Dabb getting the assist. LaChance gets his second goal of the day. 3 points for him so far, 2 goals and an assist. And with 6:20 left here, third period, Canton Akron takes a 3-1 lead. Chance's last goal coming at 11:39 of this third period. And Akron will win the face-off cleanly. Max Morrow will work it down low into the zone. Chipping this back into the circle to the right of Wallum. Dabb there on top of Martin. That's to the slot. Tried to feed LaChance again, but couldn't connect on the pass. Hilliard from the far side. That'll be Clevenger. He'll run into some resistance. He'll drop the puck. Backhanded into the circle to the right of Jankowski. Takes a shot. Back out shot. It's going to go in. Fortunate bounce for Hilliard. Cuts the Canton Akron lead to 2-1. So he was going to be credited with the goal. I believe that's going to be Braden Brotherton. So 3-2 is your score. 45-15 are the shots on goal in favor of Canton Akron. Just like that, Hilliard back within 1. 5:38 left here, third. Hilliard about to face this on the near side. Set it up here for Mason. Mason couldn't handle it. Pryor will have it. He'll send it to Weaver. Weaver dumping it over to the near boards here as Dan Sipp will race to it, but Woolen will beat him to it and redirect it. Pryor going to return the favor. Sipp working back into the zone. Sipp feeding it. Another shot going to be stopped by Wollum. Ethan Bell on the attempt. Out to the far side where Weaver will be closest to it. He'll play it. Siff to his left. They'll work it from behind the net of Jankowski. Bouncing around to the back of the net. As Gage Weaver again looking out, scans the ice, finds Siff. Siff cross ice. He'll get this to Rossi nicely. Getting into the zone. Won't have too many jerseys in front. He'll get his stick lifted, and it will end up in the corner. Sharp angle shot is LaChance. Tries to take a shot. It's going to be off of a stick of a Hilliard player. And a clapper by Pryor will go wide. Rebound shot by LaChance. He'll spin around. Picked up by Watkins now. Watkins trying to get it out of the zone. Off the stick of Ethan Bell. Riley now to the far side. Trying to get past Pryor. Weaver waiting for him as well. Behind the net, Weaver trying to find somebody. Barber, though, the only one there for Hilliard. Hilliard feeding into the slot. Riley tried to take a shot. Couldn't connect on it. Out to center. LaChance looking for it. Martin down the near side. He'll have 3 blue jerseys in front of him. He'll just send this one behind the goal line. And it'll be Weaver with it. And Hilliard, though, recovered and tried to take a shot, but will go behind the net. It will go back and forth. Martin from his own defensive zone will drift back behind the net and then try to scan this. He'll get it out to Watkins. And Akron will go for a change. He'll send this one back behind the net of Wollum. Hilliard trying to work it out, but Dab right there. And we'll head to the far left corner where Mason Doris will pick it up, looking for somebody in the slot. Has Dab there. Couldn't get a chance to get the pass off. Back out to the blue line. Craven couldn't hold it. And he'll send it down in the upper left corner where Martin will set this one up for Hilliard again. Gimbleton will make his way to the ice for the Hilliard Hockey Club. Back out to center. Gimbleton into the zone, takes a shot. Blocker side saved by Jankowski. Puck still loose. Craven there as well. Still loose, and Jankowski trying to get to it. Finally, he will cover it up with 2:51 left in the third period. 3-2 is your score. Canton Akron with the lead. Out shooting Hilliard 47-16. And we're going to have a Hilliard player down, as the trainers will come out and attend to him. Couldn't really see what happened on that. Bodies came together. I think Will Craven just saved one of the coaches from going down. All right. That'll be Joe Arrett. He'll get up, shake that one off, head to the bench. No worse for the wear, as it appears. Right now, we have 2:51 left here, third period. Jets with a 3-2 lead. I'll drop this one to the left of Jankowski. Gimbleton for Hilliard will take this one. They'll fight in front of the net. Puck loose. They're trying to find it. It was under Clevenger. Big reaction here from the bench. And now out to center. Feeding it to Stagmar. Stagmar takes a shot right into the belly of Wollum. Hilliard ranked 8th. USA Hockey rankings for Ohio. Came into the weekend at 6-6. Stagmar taking the face off for CAK. He'll send it out to Lachance. Lachance to the far side. Now Pryor sending it around the plate. He'll get to Lachance. Lachance feeding it into the slot, looking for Stagmar. Couldn't get it past Barber. Back out to the point. Pryor will take a bump. Well, you're trying to desperately clear this one out. They'll get it this time. It'll be redirected out to Barbieri. Barbieri sending this one down behind the goal line. We'll get icing. Oh, they're going to wave it off, actually. And now Baranto from the circle to the right of Wollum will send it out to center. He'll get it out to Clevenger. Clevenger looking down the far board. He'll drop it to Kimbleton. Kimbleton in the circle to the right of Jankowski. Can't control it. Now Clevenger circling around. He'll get to the near side. Martin taking the shot. Stopped by Jankowski and covered up. 1:40 left here in the game. Jets with a 3-2 lead. Hilliard last night got the 4-1 win over the Cincinnati Junior Cyclones and took the 9-2 loss to Team Ohio in the early morning game here at the showcase. Watkins taking a shot wide right. He'll head around the boards. Tyler Benson will try to feed Sip. Dan Sip through center, have to chip it forward. Watkins there, too many white jerseys there. Rossi nicely backing him up. He'll pick it up. Empty net goal. Excuse me, empty net, not no goal. Tyler Benson. Send this one back to Weaver. Weaver trying to get it down ice. Sip with an opportunity here, tries to work it around. Try to get around Riley. Looking for somebody there, empty net. And Weaver taking the shot, and it's going to go wide left. A good sneeze would have sent that one in as Martin out from the goal line. Trying to work something out here. Hilliard with the extra attacker. Under a minute to play. 56.6 seconds left. Eric from the blue line. From the far side. I think Coach Houston wanted the offside call. Won't get it. Weaver will send it around the boards. And back out the center. And it's going to be Tyler Benson on the race for it. But Barber will cut him off. And it'll be a shot by Sip. He'll get the empty net goal. 36.8 seconds left here in the game. Dan Siff gets the feed from Tyler Benson. And Akron will take the 4-2 lead with just 36 seconds left here in the game. Luke getting a chance to take the face off here at center. Dilly going to send this one down behind the net. Wallem back in position. Craven from the point. Send this one down. Pad saved by Wallem. Back out to the point. Craven going to try it again. And this one right into the belly of Wallem with 14 seconds left in the game. 51 shots on goal for Canton Akron. 17 for Hilliard. A chance. Taking the face off to the right of Wallem in the circle. Wallem now. The other Wallem sending this one on ice as we tick off the final 8 seconds of this game. Canton Akron will get the win by a score of 4-2. It is now official. Canton Akron 2-1 on the weekend. One team when they are at full roster. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. We come back, we'll give you a couple of the numbers. We'll wrap it up. Get you set up for game number 2 here today at 11:30. You're listening to Canton Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. Bob, Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane, they got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last minute together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532. Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it. It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Back here as we wrap up game number 1 of a doubleheader today. And Akron with a 4-2 win. Scoring went like this. It would start just 26 seconds into the first period as Mason Doris would assist from Braden Chance to give the Jets the 1-0. 13:21 left in the first period. It would be Joey Riley finding the back of the net, getting Hilliard on the board. 1-1 at that point. No scoring in the second period. However, with 11:39 left in the third, Braden LaChance would get the assist from Weaver. That would give the Jets the 2-1 lead. With 6:20 left in the third period, LaChance would get his second goal of the day. I believe that assist is going to go to Sebastian Dabb. And then with 5:43 left in the third period, Brotherton would find the back of the net for Hilliard. He would get them on the board. However, Siff would finish this one off with an empty net goal, with the assist going to Tyler Benson. 4-2 is your score. Game 3 of this showcase weekend. Jets 2-1 here so far. It would be Braden Wallem. Sorry, there's 2 Wallems on here. So Braden Wallem will stop 44 out of 48. Brett Jankowski was stopped 15 out of 17. He will get the win. Jets back on the ice here, scheduled for 11:30. They will take on Indian Hill. They will try to wrap up this weekend with a win to go 3-1. Phantoms back in action here just in a couple of weeks. That'll be a Thanksgiving weekend on November 28th and November 29th. They will host the Tri-City Storm. 7:05 puck drop on Friday night, 6:05 on Saturday night. Of course, we go on the air at a quarter till the hour every home game. So, of course, you can't make it down to the Cabelli Center. Always listen to all the action with the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. However, call 330-747-PUCK, 747-7825. Get your tickets. Great family fun, affordable. And as always, you get to see the future stars of the National Hockey League. So, we will wrap this up here. Game 1. Jets get the 4-2 win. And we will look forward to 11:30 here as we will wrap up this hockey action. We'll get you ready for your NFL Sunday. Until then, we will see you just about 11:25 as we get ready for Game 4 of this showcase weekend. Your score one last time here. Game 3 of the weekend. Canton Akron Jets 4, the Hilliard Hockey Club 2. We'll see you all back here in just a little while.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of Western Reserve Radio. And we now return to our regularly scheduled programming. You're listening
in the small town of Elmira,
Western
New York,
Reserve Radio
a boy was born
at
into an all-American family.
westernreserveradio.com on
The
the
odds
Live
of him achieving
365
his dream in
network
the
and
fashion
the Live
industry,
365 app.
1 in 23 million.
So they're not going to go. They're not
The
gonna
odds
get
of having a
worse.
child diagnosed with
They
autism,
shouldn't, but I just don't have an explanation for what happened down the stretch. You got to assume
I am
James
Tommy
Woods,
Hilfiger,
CJ
and my
Abrams,
family
Moore,
is
all
affected
those
by
boys,
autism.
especially Dylan
Learn
Cruz.
more
Dylan Cruz
at
has to prove himself.
autismspeaks.org.
This year he struggled a little bit once he got
Brought
his
to
first
you by
taste of the big
Autism
leagues,
Speaks
but
and
no,
the
I
Ad
agree
Council.
wholeheartedly with what you're saying. They're not going
So,
away.
are you enjoying our station?
He looks great. You know, it's just my whole point is they got to get after it. There's no question. So we're going to be right back here after the break to answer the curtain call questions.
Here for the Lowe's early Black Friday deals? You're right on time for some of our biggest savings. We're talking up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Holiday lights going up soon? Select ladders are up to 50% off right now. Get Black Friday prices without the Black Friday crowds. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 11/19. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
At Bank of America, we're proud that more than 20,000 veterans and people with military backgrounds have joined our ranks since 2015. Now we're committed to adding 10,000 more over the next 5 years. By helping veterans achieve their career goals, we're moving from appreciation to action, and together, helping expand economic opportunity across America. Visit bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison. And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
Is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that. We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The Columbia Interchange system was revolutionary when it was designed over 40 years ago, and it's still breaking ground to this day, featuring 3-in-1 jackets that adapt to fluctuating weather patterns to keep you warm, dry, and protected no matter what. Whatever the weather, Interchange is there. Shop Interchange jackets and more at Columbia.com.
Kohl's has 20% off gifts that are so good, your family might think you read their minds. Check off your